Hi, I'm Karin Melón. I've been doing music my whole life. Today I'm going to talk about overcoming writer's block for music producers. So let's go.
Missy Melón on the track.
Tip number 1 is finding a sound, a loop, or a song starter just to get an idea. Like this can be on Splice or BandLab or Sematics or whatever. Tip number 2 is downloading a preset or a template. Ableton has a lot of presets, and you can find a lot of presets on Massive and Serum as well. Like everything has presets, I guess. And you can just start with that and tweak them later the way you like. Tip number 3 is kind of similar. It's going through your third-party plugins and just listening to different sounds and rate them. Usually when I do that, a specific sound just gives me an idea. It becomes a nice surprise. Tip number 4 is actually very important because we producers have a lot of choices and it's kind of overwhelming. So what I suggest is before you start your project is setting certain rules or criterias. It can be that, okay, I'm gonna write a beat or a song that has 85 beats per minute. It's gonna start with minor. It's gonna only have 2 chords. It's only gonna have drums in the chorus and stuff like that. It probably sounds kind of strict, but it can actually help you just to get started, and later on you can be the perfectionist that you are. The next tip is a technical tip. Just try muting or deactivating certain parts or soloing parts. That usually makes me think about the beat in a different way. If you've produced thousands of beats and you don't feel like you ever finish them, try exporting them and putting them in a playlist, and that way you don't have to wait for the download. You can just listen to it directly, and maybe you can have a notepad, jot down ideas, notes, write down stuff you can do better or work on. And that leads me to the next tip is revisit old beats. Maybe you got a beat that you made like 5 years ago and it sounds trash, but you made that beat for some reason. So maybe there's a part there that's kind of catchy. Try just working on that and see what you come up with. So the next tip is kind of a reality check for a lot of us. I'm guilty of this one as well. Don't be a perfectionist. Some people call themselves perfectionists, and that's true, but for a lot of us it's actually just insecurity that like you keep working on a beat on and on again, and you're actually just afraid to show it to people. Don't be afraid, just get it out there and get feedback. Have faith. That leads me to the next tip: collaborate with people. When more brains come together, magic can happen, I guess. And the last tip is take a break, take a walk, just think about something else, and that's totally fine. We need to do something else than music to get inspiration to make music. If you want to make a living out of this, just make sure that the break is not longer than a year or whatever. Then maybe it's just a hobby, and that's okay too, as long as you have fun. That's the most important thing. I hope you don't get stuck with your project. And let me know which of these tips help, because I'm sure that at least one of these tips will work for you. So let me know which one it is or which ones it is. And comment, subscribe, like, all that. I'm on TikTok and Instagram as well. And that's all. So bye-bye.
Missy Melón on the track.